Get the cursor position within the panel. Preparing for rendering. Determine the ortho width according to the desired aspect ratio. We'll use a circle to check whether the cursor position is being captured correctly. Use MathChop to get the correct cursor position. Perform multiplication according to the aspect ratio. We've successfully obtained the correct cursor position. We'll make it so that you can draw lines only while holding the right mouse button. Let's create the lines. We'll make it so that pressing 1 on the keyboard resets the feedback POP. Now, points are being drawn at the origin. So, we'll remove those points. Convert point to line strips. Now, the previously separated points have become lines. In this case, we'll use distance to determine which points are connected. To make the spacing between the vertices of the line even, we'll resample the line based on distance. You can see that the points are being resampled based on distance. We'll copy stars along the lines you've drawn. Change the normal direction. Make scale random. Adjust the noise pop value to your liking. Adjust with limit pop. We'll use triangles to make the orientation easier to understand. As you can see, all the triangles are facing to the right. To fix this, we'll use the tan from the line metrics POP. However, at the moment, when you draw a new line, it sticks to nearby points. And if you draw quickly, some points get skipped. Obtain an independent line strip. We'll use a cache to solve this. The cache pop stores the lines that are in an active state. By changing the cache that is saved each time you right-click. I want to retrieve each row independently. To do this, we use count chop and expression chop. Set count chop and cache pop to reset when 1 is pressed on the keyboard. Perform a conditional branch that returns 1. When the value entered from count chop matches the suffix number of expression chop and returns 0 otherwise, me.digits can obtain the suffix number of operator. Now, the second and subsequent lines are no longer rendered. Up to linear sample 1, you can see multiple lines, but in cache 1 it's reduced to just 1. We'll do the same for cache 2 and then merge each of the pops. However, this alone will not prevent the line from sticking to the nearby line. To solve this problem, you need to reset the feedback pop every time you draw a new line. Use Logic Chop to reset the feedback pop when you press 1 or right-click. However, they still get drawn connected to the last point of the previous line for a moment. To solve this problem, we display a blank null pop for an instant when a new line is drawn. Now the lines can be drawn just as intended. Even if you write quickly, the lines will not break. And they will not stick together even if you get close. This is because it depends on line break pop to determine which points are connected to form a line. In this case, by making each line independent, you can prevent nearby points from sticking together to form a line, and even if you write quickly, the points will stick together to form a line until they exceed the distance threshold of 1. Since the screen is a bit cluttered, let's organize it. Get the suffix number of the parent operator and apply it to the previous conditional branch. We were able to acquire each line one by one. On my Mac, Apple M2, merging too many pops at once caused errors. So I split them into several groups before merging. Press Shift+B to create a network box. Copy the stars. Add circles or other decorations to the stars as you like. After some custom decorations,